Hey, bitches.
Hi, guys. Look at where we are.
I went Popeye with it.
Like, look, what do you mean?
With my hey, bitches, I went like that. No, literally. Back in studio, guys.
No, we don't know
how
how
to act.
We don't know how to act, you guys. But it feels like, oh my God, it was like such a day that we were coming here. Like, we were like, we're going back to the studio.
It felt like first day back at school.
Literally, like we're seniors in high school and we came in, like we owned the place. We're like, yeah. But we're back in studio. Welcome to the podcast. We are really just kind of trial and erroring all of this. Like, we were talking about it usually in the last couple episodes. If you guys have been listening, thank you so much. But you must have noticed that you must have. You could not have missed it. You must have, darling. You must have noticed that we were doing like a little summary. Then we're giving away too much. There's no mystery. There's no drama. There's no suspense.
Where's the lore?
Where's the
lore? You can see all the topics up front. What's the point?
And we were saying that if one person, it could be unknown account 765 goes, that was really nice. Or even a thumbs up, we're running with it. This is our entire personality now. Change everything. We're in it. But it was pretty quiet. So we're yeah, let's just jump right in. Let's just
jump right fucking in.
Be normal.
Let's take you along the anxiety ride, and you'll just hear about what you hear about when you hear about it.
And
I'm saying it so harshly. This was my idea to do it. I was like, I think we should, and then I was like, I think we should roll it back.
Let's just go on, because we were getting so stressed, but. Who knows? Maybe we're going to say all this and then 2 weeks from now, we're going to be like, and this episode will yeah. So we asked you guys on our story, tell us the craziest thing you've said to an adult or an auntie, right?
Yeah. The craziest thing you've said to an auntie or an uncle.
Because we were talking about how we're the first. We've talked about it so many times on the podcast. We talk about what aunties say and that whole desi lore, you guys know the drill.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. We all tolerate, we said this last week too.
It's a topic we talk about.
Tolerate a little bit of the okay.
And we tolerate it, and we think in our minds we're saying one thing, and then we really sat there, and I was like, Sana, let's think of things that we've said. Silent. Apparently we just been taking punch after punch after punch. So we're let's ask the team. And then you guys, I was write that down. I'm not being a big enough bitch. I'm not saying anything. I'm just accepting it, and I'm talking shit.
Does it keep you up at
online?
The moment you're oh my God, I said nothing in that moment. And then you go to bed and you're oh my God, I could have said this. Oh my God, I could have said
and
that.
I daydream about it. I add new characters.
Been so good. It would have been so it would have hit, and then you could have walked away head held high.
I do this all the time, and I had to start clarifying. It's just in how I structure the story, the sentence. If I'm telling a story about something a crazy auntie has said or anybody has said, and I will always say, yeah, and then I was okay, you're a fucking bitch, blah, blah, blah. And I'm and then people will be oh my God, and how did she respond? I'm no, I didn't actually say that. In my mind, that's where I was.
My friends have now started asking me, I'll say this whole, I'll be and then that fucking hoe ass bitch ass hoe, I can't stand her. And she really fucking, and why would you? And then they'll be oh, did you say that? And I'm no. Why would I say that? If I said that, don't you think we'd be having a bigger conversation here? This is what I felt.
Yeah, this is my emotions, but I'll start it with, but I was and that's not what I was I told you guys this before. I'm all talk.
No, but I was just telling you that I want to get better at that, because we were talking about how you saw this video about.
I saw this video about this girl who, or I don't remember who it was, but someone on TikTok was you become the person you practice to be. And I'm oh, I have not been practicing shit. And it makes sense, especially now in my 30s, because I'm in my mind, I had this vision that when I turn 30, I'm going to be this type of a person. And then now I'm in my 30s and I'm I'm not that type of a person. Why am I acting like I'm 12? I was literally, you guys telling Sana in the car that I was I feel when you heal and you grow, my reactions now, I'm surprised that I'm having them. Oh, why are we reacting like this? I'll start stuttering. I'll lose all my words. And I'm wait, why have I just lost
You're like,
all
I'm
speech?
fucking glitching.
Literally, I'm glitching. And if there's one thing like my ego can't handle, is something like that. So then I'm like even more upset. So then I go silent. Now I'm mad.
Hilarious.
Then it's all going internally. Now a tear's coming out. Now I'm even more mad. So, and then
the vulnerability
I'm
of
too
it all.
vulnerable. And I'm like, how dare you even allow me to feel this vulnerable without a safe place to land?
Right.
And then
you should have left me at anger and you brought me to sadness.
And you brought me to sadness and softness.
And now I'm angry.
And I'm angry. And now I'm feeling pity for myself, which makes me feel worse, anxious. Now, all of this has happened within a span of like 0.5 seconds. And then I say nothing. I come back and I tell the fucking story. Like, and then I was like, blah, blah, blah. I let it all out. And then I sit and I think about it for 2 days. And then we're on to the next problem. We're on to the next issue.
No, but that quote, I remember seeing that too. And I'm like, why as a grown adult is this the first time that I'm it's like putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but sometimes I feel like, okay, so I feel like I've started trying to, like, this is the person I really want to be. I want to be someone that like looks this way and goes to the gym. I want to be someone that like takes my job seriously and is like really a go-getter. And some days, dude, it's just not happening. Some days it's just not happening. But the days that you really are like, no, I'm just gonna lock in. I feel like even in your saddest day or your maddest day or your tiredest day, if you're like, this is still who I am, like even if it's like that, but it's I think reverse it for me. Who I am.
Reverse it.
It helps.
Where you're like, how you're saying like, oh, you know, most days, you're locked in, and then some days you're just like, man, like, yeah, I just don't care. It's in reverse for me. Most days I don't give a fuck. Some days I lock in and I'm like, this is who I am. Yes. And then I wake up the next morning and I'm like,
dude, yes.
Yeah. But we didn't even tell you guys what it was that you guys said to us.
Oh, yeah.
We just started going off to the side. Started talking about it in our heads. Okay. So we asked you guys, what's the craziest comeback you've given or said to an auntie?
Yes.
And you guys sent some really funny stuff. So we're going to read like 1 or 2 of them.
Okay. Hold on. I'm just gonna pull it up like this.
I'm like doing this because as we've been editing Tom, like on our own, raw dogging it, we keep having to do this to like remind ourselves as we're going through like where to cut off. So like while you're waiting, I'm like, I want to do the Squidward dance. I'm like, wait. Stay
do it. You're
character.
Like intermissioning more.
I am. We're like, because we're gonna have to cut it. So I'm like, I'm so used to that.
Okay. So 1 is, you look healthy. Yes, you were my inspiration. Like an auntie saying, you look healthy, and then saying, yes, you were my inspiration. That's so funny.
So simple, so good.
So good.
So it's such a good pun
that make you like look back and be like, what is the face? And now I can just walk away and you can sleep good at night.
Oh my God.
What are you going to say to that?
She's the dream. That's the vision. Like that's the woman I want to practice to become.
Okay, ask me why I'm getting old and not married. And I pointed out it's fate because girls get divorced.
I mean,
I saw this. Did you see that comedian who was on Amy Poehler? Do you know her name? She's an Indian comedian.
Oh, I don't know her name, but the one that's trying to get her to be with the billionaire, a true friend.
No, I don't know about that.
She's Amy Poehler's podcast, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. No,
yeah, and there's like that clip of Amy saying that, oh my God, what's her name? That the comedian, she's like, yeah, she keeps trying to hook me up with billionaires. And I'm like, okay. Why are you being so ungrateful?
These are good problems to have.
Yeah, like
Amy.
what kind of a problem is that? I'm like, put out a website, girl, something. But that girl, right? That's the girl that I'm thinking of.
Zarna?
Yes, Zarna.
Garg,
I think. We'll just stop at Zarna. Zarna. Yeah.
Like either which way is actually not a bad option. Like I feel like for the girls who got married and then got divorced, like they're like living out this like, oh my God, like these are all the things I couldn't do, or these are all the things I'm gonna do now that I'm gonna learn it this way. So I feel like they still go through like a huge cool growth phase. But like my point was that she was saying that she's like, I think everybody should get married. She's like, I tell my daughter too, like get married once and then get divorced and then live happily ever after. And I'm like, you know what?
I mean, yeah, I feel like it is now. Like when I was in my early 20s, someone getting divorced was like, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but it's a confession.
What?
But the only time I've ever, not the only time, 1 out of the 3 times I've reached out to a celebrity, like when you're a kid, and I've reached out to a celebrity was when John and Kate plus 8 were getting a divorce.
No.
And I sat down and wrote them an email. I was like, you guys can do this. Think of the children. I was distraught when John and Kate were getting a divorce.
Kids.
I know. That's why I was like, you guys, we cannot split up. What are you talking about? Like, and I just don't understand why of all the things I could have ever sent.
There was another one. There was a celebrity. Oh, I know. Can I say it?
I mean, at this point, what could be worse?
When Joe Jonas or Nick Jonas found out they had diabetes.
Oh, I was distraught. Whilst my mom had lupus. I'm like, Mom, I can't give you your medication right now. This is serious.
Which one was it?
What? It was Nick.
Oh.
Yeah, and when I had MySpace, and this could have been totally a fake account. I still like to believe that she was real. But when MySpace was a huge thing,
I'm so scared about what you're
I think I befriended Mandy. And if you're a real Joe Bro fan, Mandy was Joe's girlfriend, or Nick's, but Joe's girlfriend is like one of their first few songs, one of their first few singles. Again, I think I became friends with her on MySpace, and I messaged her something. And I was like, I'm this close. Like, my foot's in the door. I will meet them. We will fall in love. We will get married. Which, now knowing who Nick is married to, was not the impossible. Had we known he had a type, I would have tried a lot harder.
Are you kidding?
Like,
that one will never make sense to me. Like, I know when we're like with Canes one day, we're gonna be like, we fucking knew it, because the truth is gonna come out about it. Like, I just
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I don't think they're gonna last.
Hollywood. Does anybody last?
Dude, the cheating scandals lately. Nina Dobrev and Sean White. Fucking Alicia Keys' husband, Swizz Beatz.
Dude,
with Lala Anthony.
Honestly, I just feel like there's no celebrity that has not cheated.
Or you said earlier, in an open marriage.
Or no, they're all in open marriages.
When the Will and Jada stuff came out, you guys, that for me was devastating. I was like, my parents got divorced, but that for me was so devastating. I was like, I've been lied to my whole life.
Love is not real.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that one was hard.
And like, it makes me so fucking angry, because they put on this facade for like the last entire half of it that they weren't even together. It was like this entire facade about how great they are. And I'm like, you guys are so fucked up.
And then don't give me advice.
Right.
You know, that's the crazy thing that I
reposted that same TikTok today. I saw you reposted it too.
What? What was
like, if I don't want to live your life, please stop fucking giving me advice.
Also, but why, if me and Abdus had an open marriage, why the fuck would I preach monogamy? No, like my one eyebrow's like not in control. Like, we've lost all control.
Like, I'm like,
if Abdus and I were in an open marriage, why would I go around preaching monogamy? Why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
We're like staying together and roughing it out, and
this is all it
you're
takes.
Hooking up with a 20-year-old. Let's be.
What do you had the spiritual connection we had?
Literally,
like,
life gets hard, and raising kids, and our kids' names are half. Did you know that both of their kids' names are half of each other's names?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Twilight. Did not know that.
Because Jaden,
Will,
wasn't it?
And Jada.
Yeah. And then what's their daughter's name? Willow. Yep.
Oh, so it's not both their names. It's one of their names.
Willow, and yes, Jade.
What's your other kid's name?
The boy. The boy who lived. The oldest son? That's not her son. So she didn't come up with the idea for him.
They didn't. Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that. No, but you know how else I know everybody's in open marriage? Is because in that show, The Girlfriend, they were in an open marriage. And I'm like, oh, so you're trying to like this is obviously what's
normalizing it. You're normalizing it.
If it's happening at the upper middle class, not upper middle class,
upper second, middle, third floor.
I know. I'm like, I'm not dreaming high enough. Lower upper middle class. If that's what's happening in that community.
Wait, you think? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I think anyone
that
places themselves mentally at that level just starts like acting up. Just starts like fully loosening
like
reins.
Diddy level, like you have nothing but
Let's
money.
go lower.
No, I'm saying like you're saying that's what happens when you get money.
Yeah, or like when you're a certain level of wealth, like you don't have to be Diddy, but you could start.
I'm not
saying that. I'm just saying that's like too far to the left.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, then marriages start getting opened. You know, kids start
We sound like our
scheduling dates.
grandma.
Yeah, literally.
And then Judgment Day is coming.
It was supposed to be today. Yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Was it?
Rapture Day.
Rapture Day. When I asked ChatGPT what Rapture Day was, it was like, do you mean the dinosaur? And I'm like, I do. And then
I think.
I asked Chat, I'm like, Chat, wasn't the world supposed to end today? But yeah, apparently, wait, pause.
What?
We started this convo where we ended into our grandmothers. And when the convo started with the shit that were like so anti what aunties say. And like, oh, our moms just don't.
But now we're on
understand us.
Rapture Day, so let's talk
We're
about
on
it. We'll go back.
Yeah. Rapture Day. Thank you so much for that.
That's why it said it's not. Is it a dinosaur?
That makes sense. Yeah. Wow, you really saved us from a scandal there, because that would have been so bad. That would have been so bad.
Wait, are we being disrespectful? Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for
Yelled
that.
at enough.
And I'm like, I like got really solemn. I'm like, it was meant to be Rapture Day, but we are here. But
And
look,
it's also the first day of fall.
it's also the first day of fall. Like, very exciting for us, not so exciting for some. But it was crazy because on TikTok, I saw people talking about how they've like sold their homes. And I was like, why would you sell your house though? Because you don't need the money where you think you're going to end up, type of a thing, you know? But I'm like, people are selling their homes, they're selling their cars. And I
But
was
how
like,
different is this than Maji having like a fruit nyaz, you know?
I guess, but she doesn't sell her house for it. I just feel like this is a
She
big
would.
decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really big decision. Because I look back to like when the year 2000, we thought that was the end.
Into the year two.
It was
Oh,
three.
three.
Okay. Thank you for the effort. And then 2024.
Okay.
No, 2012.
Okay.
2024. But 2012, we thought the world was going to end.
This is why we should not talk about things like facts and science but like we don't
I'm
know
like
anything.
I'm like 2016. It's like end of the world for me.
We're like making up years. We're making up days.
I know, it's really bad. Anyways, let's talk about shit we do know. It's the first day of fall.
I got candles. I feel like I can breathe again. Oh, I got candles. I got pumpkin, waffle,
You are really good
marshmallow fireside.
about preparing for the season.
I'm like, well, my work thing got canceled, so I was like,
You're feeling it.
Aldi and the fucking candles.
Are you going to get decorations?
Well, so last year we did a Halloween party and I really wanted to again. So I tried to throw it into our friends group chat. Like, haha, Muzi, we got to plan our Halloween party. And he texted me on the side and was like, I thought we decided no party, Sana. And I was like, well, why?
It was such a good party
It was
too.
so fun, Muzi. Like, let's just do it. And he's like, why don't we go out this time? And I'm like, where?
Ouch.
Where are we going to go? But
Ouch.
yeah, I know. No, I know. We're not.
Dude, I feel that way about New Year's too.
Oh, New Year's.
Do
I'm
not
done.
take me outside.
No, I'm done.
Do
It's
not
a
take me outside.
New Year's is so much more fun being at someone's house, absolutely chilling, hooker, whatever the fuck your vice is. I'm not judging.
Hookah. Still not judging. Just clarifying. You're like hookers or whatever you're into.
Oh, I just got that. I was like, what? I didn't even say anything like that. I was like, geez.
No, you said hookers. Continue though.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
Hookers or hookah, that whatever your vice is.
Yeah, whichever. At home.
Yeah.
You know,
as long as it's home.
Order some pizza.
Yeah, but I still want to dress up.
Okay.
I love New Year's fashion.
Really?
Yeah, it's sparkly.
New
I
Year's
love anything
fashion
sparkly.
is my least favorite fashion.
Really?
Yeah, I hate it.
Man.
Not hate it, but you know what I'm
I
saying?
just love it because it's so sparkly, and I love I
yeah.
love glitter. I love sparkle. I'm so like literally right now I have my eyes on gel pens. Gel pens that TikTok is showing me because the sparkle is so
Dude,
crisp.
gel pens. Do you remember that day at school? What the fuck was it called?
The book fair?
No, not the book fair. The day that in the cafeteria, they would have like the stand where you could get like gel pens and like different colored erasers. And like they would do it in the cafeteria. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Did schools not have that?
No.
You could get the thing, you slap it on.
No,
your
I don't know what
wrist.
it's called. I know what you're saying, but like I don't remember it being an event like that.
Okay, whatever.
But
my
I know
point
that
just
was
is-
like those were like things that would be
yeah, like just the
distributed.
best day ever. Ugh. Anyways,
Anyways, I don't know where we
we gotta
started.
reel it back to the aunties.
Oh my God, that's so far back. Okay, no. We got this.
It's okay,
Let's
we
go back
talked about
in.
all the other things we wanted to talk about in
That's
between.
so funny. Are we only 20 minutes in?
That's what I'm saying.
Jeez. Look at us. All right.
We literally, that's what I'm saying.
I'm like, so what concealer have you been using? What? It's the fastest we've ever talked. That's crazy. Anyways, let's go back to the aunties. Let's go back.
Okay.
It was your idea.
It was.
We're keeping this. I'm not Squidward dancing.
Okay. My sister said, Rabia is submitting like her life traumas right now.
Yeah, and I'm like,
to get this whole thing out. Rabia, shut the fuck up. Text it next time. Like, what are you saying? Okay, even though we're talking about like the crazy shit you've said to aunties or whatever, like I feel like my mom is like super
the most
nice
chill,
and receptive
understanding,
and like so sweet. And even the older she's getting, I feel like she's so sweet. So I feel really lucky. Like you know what I mean? And also she listens, so like I don't want her to get pissed off right now. But like the other day we were there, and you know, obviously I turned 32, so the conversation of kids is like top 3 conversations all the time, and I don't even mind it. It's just like naturally like, okay, people are gonna ask, and I will say, because I'm someone who's not like sensitive about it, I'm like totally fine to talk about it most times. But if I was, that would be so fucking annoying. That would be so fucking annoying. So don't do that to people. But I actually don't really care, at least right now. And if I start caring, I'll just say like,
yeah,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you'll definitely say that. Shut the fuck up.
Like, don't talk to me right now. But my mom and my brother, my fucking 25-year-old, shut the fuck up, Usman. Yeah. Like literally, my 25-year-old brother is sitting there with Muzi, all like, oh, why don't you want to have kids? Hey, you want to have kids yet? My mom's like, look. I just can't fathom. Like, I just could not understand why, in what world, anything you think is better than having kids. And so I was telling Amna that I was thinking about it so much, because I'm like, okay, like from her perspective, it's so crazy to be 32 and not have kids, and like have lived a whole life where my whole focus in my adulthood, although I'm like the stressor for everyone still, I'm like so focused on me. Like, what do I want to do? What, like me and my husband, I guess. But like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I have all this like freedom and independence and time and money and energy to focus on those things. And even then it's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
Even then I'm like hanging on by a thread. I'm like my health and my finances and my job. And like even then it's so much. But I'm like, I was telling her all the things that maybe sound like dumb, because she's like, how could these things be more important than that? And I'm like, it's so crazy, because you've never, and so many of our moms never even experienced
their 20s.
Their 20s, yeah. And then just experience what they could have become without having us, right? Which is like, makes me want to give her a hug. But it's like, wow, like not having kids from that age now, again, I'm like 32, you got to spend so much time getting to know yourself and like trying different things, and obviously traveling, and just like you get to think about yourself for so long. So I'm like, yeah, of course to you it doesn't, like actually rationally, of course to you it doesn't make sense, because you're like, what the fuck could be more, like this is like what life is
like
about.
Asking, I almost feel like it's even that and some version of like, it's like if someone came up to you and was like, yeah, I didn't go to middle school, and you're like, how? What do you mean? We all have to go to middle school. Like that's like, what do you mean? Like everybody's in middle school. Like what do you, how did they not find you? You know what I mean? Like they're almost like, what do you guys mean? And it's even more shocking, I think, sometimes to them when we're like so happy about it.
Yeah.
And also,
I'm sure when we have kids, we'll be like, this is the best.
Of course. But they can't even fathom that like we are just like super content, or that we chose this path. And it's so funny, because this conversation that Sana was having with her mom and Muzi,
I'm like,
and
Mom,
Usman.
I just lost weight. I want to feel skinny for a little bit. She's like, shut the fuck up.
Literally.
I'm like, Mom, I want to go on a girls trip. She's like, shut the fuck up. Like,
she's like, another girls trip.
Literally. Usman was like, where the fuck else do you need to go? And I'm like, okay.
Oh, but then I walked in unannounced.
Walks in.
Like the one time I'm unannounced. I literally walked in not knowing who was going to be there, checking in on Hala, and then I opened the door and everyone, Sana's like, thank God. And everyone literally is like, Amna,
fucking
Amna. And I'm like, okay, we're having a discussion. We're having a little family
Amna
chat.
walked in ready to save the day.
Yeah.
I tell you, she's like the best husband in the world. Like, She's like, what can I do?
This is a marriage.
She literally took all the,
I was like, yeah, ask me the questions.
Right.
I'm the PR. But they were like, especially because Hala looked at me and was like, yeah, and why don't you want to have kids, huh? And why don't you blah, blah, blah? And like, you guys know I'm in the midst of moving and like, you know, I'm going to be 32 soon and like, we're getting older. But I literally looked at her and I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to do like this, that, and I'll give that man a baby. And she was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, won't be that long, I'm sure. Like,
and I was like, Amna, that's what I should have said.
Yeah.
She was like,
and I was like, what did you say?
Why are you telling
No,
them?
I was like, what did you say? She's like, I just told my mom I really want to feel hot for a little bit. And I want to wear like a crop top and like a low rise. And I was like, why the fuck would that be the, you know what I mean?
I want to
like,
maybe see Justin Bieber at Coachella.
Yeah, she's like, I like the Coachella lineup, and I wanted to tell my mom that I want to do that.
That's what I was like, Mom, I have to be
what?
honest with you. That's why my mom was like, I can't understand. I'm like, it's because you haven't been on a stage at Art Basel Art Basel in Miami next to Diplo, so you don't know what I'm saying.
You don't know the freedom of being alive. But then Usman, who's like 25, is like getting so mad.
He's getting so hyped up that Amna for 3 days is like, Sana, I'm so stressed out that he
like
wants to
I
have
was like,
kids.
whoa. So then I did. This is like a little like manipulative of me, but like use it, pro tip. I turned it around on them. I was like, well, if my family could get it together, then I would love to have a baby that I could drop off here. I use that line. Maybe that's the crazy thing I've said to an auntie, that I will always turn it around. I'll be like, I've done this with my mother-in-law, God bless her. She has some health issues. And like whenever I'm trying to, like, you know, you're trying to tell a Desi parent to like go to the gym and they're like, we don't want to go to the gym. You know, I'm yelling at my dad to go on a walk and he's
They're like,
I always go on a walk. Yeah. And I'm like, no, guys, like the average steps you take today are not what, okay. Anyways. So anytime that's like, if your mom is literally, she just had a procedure. So anytime anytime an auntie's in a vulnerable position.
Yeah.
And they're like, we just really want you to have kids. I'm like, I really need you to get your stuff together because I want to drop my kid off to you. So now we have to, as a team, get our shit together.
That's true, because you even do that with all the cousins, because you know now the cousins are on to us and they're like,
they're all on to us, you guys. Everybody's turned on us.
While one's living her life in New York, the other one's living her life going to every festival ever. The other two are free and, you know, doing whatever the hell they want. They're all like, guys, come on. And we're like, oh. We haven't carried the burdens of these families for long enough.
We haven't dragged us through the mud.
Literally. Can we get a day?
Can we get a second?
But anyways.
Anywho, now we're airing our shit out. But now this has become a personal discussion.
No, but what was I saying? Sorry. I was saying something. I was going to that.
You were saying...
you do that even when the cousins are saying it, because you'll be like, or they'll all be like, come on, Api, Baji, hurry up. And you'll be like, okay, well, why don't you get your shit together so that I have someone that can take care of my kids?
I need a village. No, I will not survive without one. I know that I need it to function. I need the village pre-baby. I don't have a baby and I'm like, I need someone to help me with this. Anybody have a tomato I can borrow? You know, like I love a village. I love the communal. Like if we all started trading goods, like I'm here for it. You know what I mean? Like I'll drop this off at your house. You'll bring me this out. Like I'm so for that shit. So I'm like, I need the village to start villaging so that I can then add to village. Add to village. And like, I'm not like mad about it. Like, and that's the other thing. I think, because it really pisses me off. It really pisses me off when people who have kids mindlessly, that to me is like, do you not care enough about the kid? Yeah. Do you not care? Because I want to make sure that I bring a kid into this world when I'm like at least paying my bills. Everything's good. Like I want to be at a phase where I'm like so excited and I'm like, yes, this is what I want. And I know that there's like a biological clock that's going. And I know that like, you know, but like so much of what I wanted has changed too. I used to say I wanted like 6 kids. Now at 31, I'm like, yeah, 2 is a solid number, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like to me, I'm like, you guys are asking me so willy-nilly to have babies when...
Willy fucking nilly.
Like, and you know what? I think I've talked about this before on the podcast where like aunties will also be like, you know, I would never say that to my kid. I would never. I'm not saying that. Like, I'm not trying to pressure you, blah, blah.
I'm just wondering.
I'm like, okay, Auntie.
But you know, the other thing is, and we talk about this too with like the grandmas and the moms, like when they're coming from that place, there is no like satisfying this hunger of theirs, you know, because once you're not married and they're like, when are you getting married? 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 And it's like nonstop. And you get married. You're like, see, I got married. They're like, great. 3 months in, they're like, clock is ticking.
Kids.
Let's fucking go. Where the fuck are the kids? Falana had a kid. Falana's on their baby number 2. So-and-so's on baby number 3. I'm like, oh my God. And genuinely, every time I'm like, I'm so happy for them. I love that. And she's like, and what about you? And I'm like, why don't you focus on it's like, why don't we for a second, maybe this is because you had kids so damn young that you're not thinking this, like, let's like take a second this way. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe let's slow down.
Maybe
let's stop living in and then if it's not baby, and then everyone that's had one kid is like, and then it's about baby number 2. Or then it's about something else. Or then it's about how you're raising baby number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
And then once I got married, it's on my sister. Why the hell isn't she married? It's just like it actually
and then why? And then the judgment goes to the kid. Why is your kid not as good as so-and-so's kid? Why is your kid not as like, you know, her kid? He's this and so whatever. Like that whole then that whole thing happens.
I really think that would really trigger me. Like I think because like I just think because of the way any Lacy kid grew up, like I really feel like I would be so protective of like let them be who they want to be.
I also think it's more shocking. Like we're so used to it being something that comes from people that we like obviously are elders. That like when someone our age does it, I'm literally like, who does you're what? In the sunken place. Like when girls our age act like aunties and talk like that, and I'm like, whoa, like where did you go wrong? Who failed you? You know,
you know how we're saying how like we're not good at like the quick comment. Like we're not good at that. We go back home and we think about it. I feel like whenever I'm in those situations, I know someone's going to actively be, if it's something that's triggering to me, if it is, then I literally will just like run and avoid. Like I am avoiding. The only people I will like fight with is the people closest to me, but I am not, I'm like, goodbye.
Yeah.
Just don't find me.
Not a problem. And I have no shame in saying I'll hide behind my husband. I'll make like, because my husband is very like, he's very chalant and he has no problem.
Not the non.
He's not nonchalant. He's very chalant. And it's one of the reasons why I love him so much. But he is also very good. And we were talking about this. We have friends and people in our lives where they can be confrontational and it gets the job done, but no one's like, damn, she's a bitch.
No, I agree. Like one of our friends is so good at that.
And I'm like, at saying what's on her mind in the moment.
Because your delivery is so good.
The delivery is pristine.
Yeah.
Or it's like, you know, because I feel like my husband can lean one way or the other, where like, it's like the delivery is so good, or they genuinely just don't give a fuck. Yeah, and I can't fathom that because I'm like,
I know that they don't give a fuck, but I think the delivery is so fucking important because it took me, I think, being like 30 plus to realize how shitty my delivery was so often. And I was like, oh, like you don't have to be such a bitch about the way that you give the information. You could just like also give it with a little bit of, like, I'm not saying you have to overcoat everything.
A little passive, a little.
Yeah, like give it with some love. You are so fucking good at that. I don't know why we're saying other people. You're good at that too.
Oh, thanks. I don't feel like I've been like telling people.
You don't really.
I don't unless someone asks me. Yeah. If somebody asks me,
you're going to say it nicely.
Then I'm going to say it nicely, but I'm going to say the truth. I'm going to be like, look, I am coming from, like, this is where I'm coming from. Take it with a grain of salt. You know, do you, but like, this is where I stand. But that's only if someone really asks me or like it's gotten to a point where like it's like an intervention, you know what I mean? That's like so really serious. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm like, all right.
Oh my God, I really need to shut the fuck up.
What do you mean?
Because I'm always like, I think.
Well, I don't know, because I come to you with that. Like you're saying that to me, and then I'm like, okay, what do you think? You know what I mean? Tell me more. But I don't think you do it in bad scenarios. Though.
No, but you know what I mean. But it's also just like again, like another thing. Like,
and you do it about things that you're really excited about. Like you'll figure out a new like blending hack or something, and then you'll be like, no, you have to do it like this.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what
But
I mean?
I feel like if someone I love is doing something I disagree with, then I'm quick to be like, I disagree with how you're moving, or I disagree with what you're doing.
But you know what? This is why this marriage works so well. Because it's so good cop, bad cop. It's so like, you know, she'll say something and I'm like, where she's coming from is actually,
you do
know what
that.
I mean?
Yeah.
And
Oh
like,
my God,
she'll be
especially-
pacing behind me and I'm like holding their hand. I'm like, look at me. Look me in the eyes. This is, you know, this is not you. And then she's like, listen, enough of the bullshit. And I'm like, it's time. Enough is enough. You know what I mean? It's such a good, we would raise such a solid kid. You know, we will raise such a solid kid. Yeah.
We will.
Best case scenario. That's one of my biggest fears. Not, I shouldn't say one of my biggest fears when it comes to my like kids. One of my biggest fears is my kid being like a genuine crackhead. Like, that's like, no, that's actually, because that's so actually possible. You know what I mean? Like, they could really go the wrong path. Like, I'm talking Skid Row. Like, I don't want that because I don't know how to handle that.
Yeah.
But because I'm like, other problems, like, we'll figure out. Like, it's not, like, I don't judge you, whatever. Like, my kid wants to experiment, have a good time, but like something serious, like, that's too much. But one of my other fears is that like me and my kid will not have the same, like, sarcasm. You know, like, what if, because we have so much shit to say about our parents. We have a whole podcast where we're talking an hour and a half about our parents who listen, by the way. This is shit we're saying to their face.
Like, how fast?
Yeah, like our tactics and me putting it back on them. We always talk shit about our parents, but I was like, Sana, like, what do you think your kids are going to think is like your problem? Like, my kids are obviously going to think that like I mean, I would love if they thought I was perfect, but like, there's no world where they will, you know, they're going to see my flaws. And I feel like one of my flaws will be that I have pretty dry humor and I'm pretty sarcastic. And when I say sarcasm and the other person doesn't catch it, they think I'm a bitch, you know, and now I'm trying to explain it. I'm making it so much worse. It's just better for me not to say anything. And then I walk away. What if I say shit like that to my kid and they're like genuinely wholeheartedly thinking that that's real and they're not like saying it back? So that scares me. And also I feel like, just since I'm putting it out there, my other thing is I feel like if my kid's really good at something, like if my kid's like 3 and they kick a perfect goal, I'm gonna be like, you're obviously gonna be a soccer player.
Absolutely.
Then I'm with my kid in soccer and they're gonna be really good at it. And if it's like a Troy Bolton situation where it's like, Dad, but it's not my dream, I'd be like, shut up.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you're so good at this. Why would you stop something? Like, do both. Do not quit one. And I think they're gonna be like, my mom never lets me quit.
And then you're gonna push them out of it.
I'm gonna push them out of it and they're gonna become a crackhead. So like, those are
all
my fears.
roads lead to crackhead.
Skid Row. So I'm like, I feel like that's the one thing my kids are gonna be like, dude, she's so fucking annoying. Like, she won't let me, you know what I mean?
You think?
I think that's where I'm putting it in. I'm gonna get a real harsh reality check one day and it's gonna be like the thing that I love about myself. It's gonna be like my favorite part of me and they're gonna be like, that sucks. Be like, fuck.
Or what if they're like better than you at it?
I would be proud.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I would be proud if I threw something out there and my kid threw something back and I'm like too stunned to speak. I'd be like, wow, I've done it. Because at least when I'm gone, I'll know.
You took the legacy forward.
You are doing what you are born to do,
Right.
which is make us better, which then goes back into their complex. Like, she always wants us to be better and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, like, you're going to have to finish college. Like, it's going to be one of those, you know. Look at how I'm dressed. Like, when there's a little bun in my hair and I'm like, yeah, and they're going to. So, like, I'm literally someone's mother right now. Like, the van's waiting outside. I have 10 kids. So, yeah, I feel like that is going to be my thing. What do you think your thing is going to be?
I think my kids are going to think that I like lack empathy for if they can't like figure it the fuck out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think I'll be like, I don't, like, let's go. Like, we need to move quicker. We need to, like, things need to get done. Like, I just think I would have a
You
hard
mean like
time.
productivity wise?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we're kind of on the same chapter.
And my delivery, again, people that I'm closest to, my delivery needs some work.
And you know what might end up happening, which is very likely, because I feel like it kind of happened with us, is your kid might come to me.
Oh,
and then my kid's going to go to you.
100%.
Because
they're going to be sick of the original approach and they're going to be like, this approach works so much better for me. That's all I needed. But then there you go. It's 50-50.
And that's reason number like 55 why this marriage is so good.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
My husband should learn something. Every episode we say that. I think I spend as much time with you in a week as I spend with Muzi in a week.
Yeah, sometimes more. Sometimes more. Sometimes I have to like, I don't know, like I'm treating it, not that I'm treating it like it's fair, but
I know
like,
exactly what you're talking about.
I have to
you
almost
literally did it to me for the last 72 hours.
What?
No, like not like it's not, but I can absolutely tell when one of us is like, okay, I'm distancing for like 2 days.
Dude, yeah, because like it was gonna be one of those conversations where I'm like, I haven't seen my husband in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I'll forget that he doesn't know what's been happening for 2 weeks.
Yeah, same.
And then I almost have to, like, what I was gonna say is like, I don't, not that I downplay, but I'll be like, yeah, we just like we'll do like a mall day, a podcast recording day. We sat and edited the video. We've had 3 meals in between. We've done like 10 things right. And I'll be like,
2 a.m., 2 a.m., 2 a.m.
Went to the mall and then we, you know, did this. And it really wasn't that much. It's not that, like, meanwhile, we're like sharing socks, you know, like it's like
100%.
so deep.
We're at the gym together. We're working together. We're doing the pod. And it's so crazy because we come here and we talk, and how do we still have something to fucking talk about?
No, you guys, we have like too much to talk about.
We have too much to talk about.
We have things that we...
Speaking of.
Just, what?
No, I was just going to go to the next thing on the list.
Yeah, no, we really can keep it going.
Okay, it's 7:28. Should we do... Okay, speaking of moms, aunties, whatever, I'm trying to find a good segue, but Amna told me this story the other day that literally I was like, you have to tell them on the podcast. I was shocked.
What?
Like, please.
You guys, it's about pad shopping in Pakistan. So when I went to Pakistan, and I don't know how it is in other places, but I was in Gujranwala and I needed pads. My period started. I didn't have enough pads. So I was like, I'm going to go get pads. And I go to this, it's like a grocery store. It's like a Walmart, right? I don't know what it was called, but it's like a Walmart. They have a little bit of everything. So thankfully, I just so happened to have asked a female worker, me being so like...
America.
Literally, I would have asked a man, but now having experienced what I did, I'd be like, ooh. So I went up to this girl and I was like, hey, quick question. Where are the pads? Also, the universe lined itself up because I would have absolutely sent my brother to go get them for me if I waited in the car. But I was like, no, let me explore. I'm going to get out and about, whatever. I might want some snacks. So I went in. So I asked this girl where the pads are in Pakistan at this like Walmart equivalent grocery store in Gujranwala. And she walks me to a wall that has a curtain. And then she hands me a binder. And when you open the binder, there's pads on each page that you can touch with the sizes and like the thickness level. And so you go through
like a sample pad.
Like a sample pad. And so you go through this binder with these pads and I know what pad I need, but like I'm just like touching everything. Like, I don't know. So I'm like, I pick the pad that I want, and then she takes it out from behind the curtain.
Wait, is it the brands that we have here?
Honestly, I don't remember. I don't think so. Maybe. I'm sure there's quite a bit of brands there, but I really don't remember if it was like, there was no brand size. That's the other thing. It's not like they're showing you like different brands and then different size. I'm going purely off of texture and
this is like an experiment. Somebody that works at these companies should go like collect that data,
right?
And be like, which ones are people picking without knowing what brand
it's the focus group, basically.
It's the focus group.
I pick the pad, and then she pulls the curtain, and then she gives me the pad, and she puts it in a brown paper bag, and then I was like, oh, also I need tampons, and I might as well have asked for condoms. Like, it was like she started whispering. She's like, oh, yeah, I mean, and I'm like, do you have them? Like, anything crazy, you know? So then she gives me, again, in the box, like puts it in the brown paper bag, like I bought alcohol or something. And then that's how I checked it out.
Dude, I just thought that was so insane.
I was like, whoa.
It's like you went into like a movie store and went to the porn section or something.
Literally.
Like, that's what it's giving.
Literally. And I was like, okay. Also, I was confused because we went shopping in like, you know, the streets and like what's it called?
Gullies.
The gullies, the markets, like, you know, you go shopping. And there's like, obviously, they sell everything, but there's like underwear and bras and stuff hanging on the outside. So I'm like, but there's also a curtain. So like, if you want to go buy underwears and bras and stuff, you have to go through this curtain. Love a curtain there. So I was like, mean, if you guys are putting it out there and I have to walk in to get my underwear and bra, then like you might as well, the pads and tampons, which by the way should be free anyways, should be just like a concept like toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said that on TikTok. This girl was like, if men didn't need toilet paper, we would also have to pay for that. And I was like, you're right. Like that makes so much sense. Like why is it not just free? But yeah, in Pakistan, it was like a scandal.
That's so insane.
And I was like really surprised because like, again, it's not like we were like in the gully and I was
asking. This is also
asking.
in like 2024.
This was this January, you guys. This was like 2025. Yeah. So I was like, whoa, like buying a pad apparently in Pakistan was very scandalous. I'm sure it's not like that everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is why I was surprised. I was like, I didn't think we were here. I didn't think that this was a situation. I would have sent my brother, my dad. Like I would have sent somebody to go get it for me. But anyways, yeah, crazy story.
Did your mom ever say the whole, like, my grandma would constantly be like, you're not allowed to wear tampons until you get married. And I'm like, in 7th grade. And I'm like, I don't know how to tell you that I have gym class. So like, I have to wear a tampon. Sorry. I have to go to my friend's pool in the summer. Like, what do you mean? Till I'm married?
I was wearing tampons. I did this a lot to my mom. I would just do things and then she would just catch me and then I would act like it's always been happening. You should give, that is another pro tip. Yeah. So my friend, she in high school, because we were going to go swimming at a friend's house, but I didn't tell my mom that part. So I just didn't tell my mom, but I was gonna go swimming that day, but I was like, I'm on my period. And she's like, just wear a tampon. And I was like, I've never worn a tampon. And we're in high school. And she's like, oh, in between periods, like I got you. So I'm in the bathroom stall and my friend has her hands over the bathroom stall and she's like showing me over the bathroom stall how to put in a tampon. And then she's showing me like on her phone, like a chart. And I'm like fully like, she's reading out the instructions and I'm doing it. And then I just started wearing tampons. And then my mom just found a box one day and I was like, yeah, I've been wearing it. I did the same thing when I waxed my arms. Like I just did it.
Thing? That's such a good period story. You know what I mean? Like, what a cute story.
Thanks. I've been talking about periods a lot today.
I know.
But
I don't know how we got here.
Yeah, so I never really told her, but I will say, like, when I did tell my mom, she didn't give a shit. She was like, all right. And I was like, okay.
I've helped 2 other girls put in or take out tampons.
Yeah. Sana has. Yeah.
2 births, 2 tampons.
She's done 2 births, 2 tampons, 2 marriages.
2 marriages.
Yeah. What's next?
If I get a tattoo, which I can't, I would, but I can't. It would be 2. That's a good one, but that's like so stupid. What do you mean? You know,
like you're gonna be like 2 marriages, 2 tampons, 2 births,
and it'll be like when the slot machine turns like all 3.
Yeah, literally. No, but then that sucks. So then if you get a 3rd for any one category,
no, I'm joking. Who's getting that? That sounds so.
You never know.
You know.
What was I just saying? Tampons. Oh, tampons. 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Oh yeah, that. But did your mom care when you told her?
My mom was the one. We were going to, South Carolina, like to Myrtle Beach, which was like such a hot spot back in the day. But yeah, we went there for like a summer. Mm-hmm. And I got my period, and like every day there, we were just on the beach, eat. It was such a like American good like week. It was so fun. But anyways, it was 4th of July weekend,
of course.
So we're over there and we're in the pool or in the ocean like every single day. And my mom, I was like, I got my period, and I was like, and I'm like the panicker. My mom is like super fucking chill. So I'm like, Mom, like I got my period. Like, what do I do? I can't go in the water. I can't. I'm done. She's like, oh, relax. She gave me a tampon. She was like, here you go. And I was like, really? Okay. So I'm putting it in. I'm like, Mom, this is like kind of scary. Like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, just go for it. And I was like, okay. So she was outside the door and she was basically like, stop being a fucking pussy. And I was like, okay, Mom, okay.
Like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And you probably shoved it straight up.
Yeah. And you know the feeling, TMI for Tom, but for the girls, everybody gets it. You know the feeling of when it's like it hasn't like locked in secure.
That's what I'm saying.
Just,
if
like,
you shove it straight up,
and then you're
it's
just
in the wrong position.
And this is why girls don't like using it, because it's like this in between feeling. Then you're like traumatized. You're like, I can't go through that again. I can't go through that again. Or the first time you're pulling it out, the scary feeling of like,
yeah, is it gonna make it?
Yeah, So those are the first 2 like really scary. But then you move on, you figure it out. It's like totally fine. But it was that feeling, and I was like, this isn't right. This isn't right.
Not okay. My mom never even told me what a period was. I mean, she eventually did, but that's because I literally like I might as well put a gun to her head.
Oh my God, how did you find out about it then?
I was actually in Pakistan, funnily enough, the 2 times I've gone to Pakistan. So I went to Pakistan when I was 9. Well, I went when I was a baby, but like that doesn't count.
Yeah.
And then I went when I was 9. And my mom and my cousin were talking about their periods, or one of them was on their period. I don't know. But me being a nosy bitch since day one, I was like eavesdropping. I was like, blood. Like, like we're going to kill somebody tonight. Like I was like, or they've killed somebody already. Like I'm like trying to put pieces together. And then I guess I was more confrontational back then. I just like barged in and I was like, what are we talking about, ladies? And they were like, they went quiet. That's
you thought they'd tell you. You thought they'd be like, oh my God, let's clue her in.
I was like, blood, bodies, like, what is it? And then
like I was born for this shit.
I was like,
lay it on me.
Lay it on me. I'm ready. And I walk in and they go quiet. Like they kind of like fizzle out. Like I'm not supposed to be hearing. And I'm like, guys.
It's like, it's so funny because it's like, guys, I'm a girl. Like I'm gonna.
No, but I didn't even know, like, again, I didn't know what blood meant. I didn't even know what a period was.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have no concept of what the conversation is. So I go in, I'm like, what are we talking about? They get quiet. And now I've seen red, because if there's one thing about me, there is no cliffhanger. I need answers.
You can't do that to her.
I need answers. I don't even like it when someone's like, you know, I'm upset with you and like, let's just talk about it later. I'm like, I will.
Or when someone's like gonna tell you something and then they say, never mind. I can't handle that.
I
can't
care
handle
if
that. It's too fucking late.
Even if someone deletes something, I'm like, what did you delete? Tell me right now, what did you delete? So I'm like, you guys have to tell me what you're talking about. I'm like harassing them. I'm in their faces. I'm like, please, 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 anybody. And they're trying to get rid of me. And then I don't know who initiated, but basically I think my mom did. Maybe.
How old are you again?
9.
Okay.
And I probably didn't get my period till, actually I got my period like later that year. So thank God, timing wise, that worked out. But I was like, you have to tell me. And then either my mom or my cousin, somebody giggled and laughed and was talking to me about it. Like, well, sometimes like they didn't give me a schedule. They didn't say it happens for a week.
What'd they say?
They just were like, sometimes, and obviously this isn't Punjabi, but they're like, sometimes, you know, girls like, they'll bleed a little bit and you just have to wear a pad, and it's like something like, you know, it's just something that happens, like just very like vague, like it's just
like
like
good intro. That's a good intro to what a period is,
I guess, but like give me the rest of the information.
Yeah, for sure.
Because had I not then gone back to America, Googled the shit out of it, and then was asking all my friends and be like,
well,
do you know?
What about,
do you know?
Did you not have like sex ed in like 4th grade, 5th grade?
What grade are you in when you're 9?
Fourth.
So like I think the next year is when I got it.
Didn't your mom not let you do it though?
No, I did do it. My mom hid I did it, and she probably didn't want me to, but she.
Oh, you had the form.
But I just went.
See, I'm one of those. She's like, I did what I needed to do.
100%. Forged her signature all the time.
100%.
And she put my health book under my bed, not because she didn't want me to read it, but because like there's obviously diagrams of penises and stuff. She didn't want my brother to find it, and I was like,
he has one.
Also,
why do we?
I don't think Mustafa's gonna come into my bedroom and look at my not my history book, my health book, and be like, yep, I'm going through that shit. Like,
I'm dead.
Like, why the fuck? What? And yeah, what do you mean? Anyways, so that's how they told me. And then when I got my period, I was like, okay, nobody panic. And then I went I called my mom. Again, super coy, super vague. I was like, Mom, look, I think it's happening. Like, this is it. And she was like, okay. And she kind of like smirked. And then she just like gave me a pat and she walked away. And I'm like, again, I'm like, what do I do?
Nothing?
Like nothing, dude.
She left
nothing.
you in the fucking
dude,
wild.
And then I think I talked to your mom about it, obviously, because I was like, your sister didn't tell me that. So then I talked to your mom about it. And then my mom, and that's the only time that my mom started opening up, that when they didn't find out either, they were told by their neighbor. And apparently they were like, thinking
our moms?
My mom told me that
okay.
She was not told by her mom, and they're like, yeah, we just like don't talk about that stuff. And I'm like, you guys.
So then how did they find out when they
my mom thought she was dying for like a week, so she kept putting like baby powder and stuff, and she kept like putting bandages. And then her neighbor somehow found out because her neighbor was her friend, and then her neighbor was like, no bitch, like relax. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Dude,
what do you mean?
That breaks my heart.
So I was like, Mom, you could give me a little bit more information.
Like you could get infections, like
and your daughter. So then I again Googled everything. I obviously went to my class and was like, guess what, you guys? I have information nobody else has. And they were like, what? But like I was like, what is it? And I was like, guess what? We all bleed. And they're like, what the fuck, bitch? I did that so much at my school. I spread so many rumors, but I thought they were real too. But I said Britney Spears was my sister. I gave the wrong, no, I did. I convinced this girl fully that she's my sister. I was like, she doesn't pick me up because obviously paparazzi. Like obviously she was adopted because my parents are just that fucking nice. But like I convinced her that she was my sister. And then I did the period story. One time, one of my friends, we must have been in like 5th grade. She told me the real way people have sex. And I turned everybody against her. I'm like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life.
You had a villain era.
I did, but I genuinely, she told me how it works. And I'm like, that just doesn't make like anatomically
honestly, the
sense.
first way I found out in health class too, I like, it's like when you hear shocking news about somebody splitting up or something, I'm like, that's not real. Like, I don't think that that's real. And then you're like, wait. And then it sets in that your parents, and that's how you can. You're like, wait. It's like too much information.
Dude,
at once.
I think I fully disassociated when they started showing graphs and shit. I was like, whatever. It's like math. Like, who gives a shit? So like, it was always new information to me. You know what I mean? And then I remember like now I'm like the biggest advocate for like, you know, sex ed and health. I'm like, everybody's got to know. But no, I was like, I went in raw dogging it and then I started giving the wrong information. I told one of my friends, dude, poor girl, I made her cry and I was like, there's nothing we can do. I'm also in Islamic school. She told me that she caught her parents kissing, right? Yeah. Which like, that to me was like, just like, whoa. And we must have been like 2nd or 1st grade.
Oh, so
but that tells you like how much affection was in my house. God. I told her that her parents are going to hell. And she started crying. She's like, no, I don't want them to go to hell. And I'm like, wow, they're whores. Like, what do you want me to tell you? Like,
dude, if can you imagine this mom? Like, imagine if some little girl, like if your daughter comes home saying that, you'd be like, what? She's
like crying. She's like, Mom, I don't want you to go to hell. My friend said you're going to hell. I would be like, wow, your friend's a bitch. I wouldn't even like put 2 and 2 together. I'd be like, for what?
Literally, you'd be like, who the fuck is this righteous ass kid?
And it was me with my little hairy sideburns, like prancing my way back home.
Beginning of your villain
literally
era.
Playing Disney Channel, eating like, you know,
dude,
pizza bites.
I was in like 3rd or 4th grade and I had like 2 best friends and one of them was like the super cool, like gave very much Brenda song vibes, like super fucking cute and cool. And she was like whispering, gossiping. This is also, I think, like Cheetah Girl era, like right at the beginning of it. No, it's got to be younger than that because I was in like 3rd or 4th. Yeah, it was like 3rd or 4th grade. But anyways, we're like in the like hallway and we're like literally going into class. And she goes, yeah. And did you know that all girls, when we get older, we're all gonna bleed from our butt? And I was like, oh, no. And she was like, yup, it happens to all of us. And I was like, what are you saying? And I am like, just like I was like very sensitive. So I went home and I was like, oh my God, what does she mean? That can't be real. Like, what does she mean? What do you mean bleed from your butt? How do you know? So I'm like panicking. And then like cut to, like also around this time, the show Brace Face was on TV. Remember we were talking about nostalgic shows? So I used to come home and watch Dragon Tales or Brace Face. Brace Face was my like risque show at that age. You know, I was like, oh my God, preteens, like boobs coming in, like oh my God, crushes. And I would eat my fucking dal chawal and I would sit there and watch Brace Face. And one episode of Brace Face was about how she gets her period and she goes around she's in middle school and she goes around the entire school feeling like there's a big P on her head and they kept saying the word period. And dude, when it's your first time, you're like, what? Like, what the fuck is that?
And why?
What? Why? Like all these questions, right? And I asked my mom and then she's like, she doesn't give me any information at all. She's like, what the fuck are you watching? Like, what the actual fuck are you watching? Because I was like, what's a period?
And does it come out of your butt?
Like, what the fuck are you watching? So she made me turn it off. She gave me no information. She was like, no, like, I can't. Like, what are you talking about? Just pretend it like it doesn't exist. I was like, okay. And then I learned about it in health class. And then I went and told them what I learned. And I was like, oh my God. And then she taught me a little bit.
You went back and said, you're like, I know the truth. The truth has found me.
And then when I got my period, I was like, I thought I was also dying. I was like, oh my God. Like, I didn't know that's the end. I was like, is this it?
Dude, also like now when I see girls, I'm like at the age that we got it at, I'm like, dude, that's way too much responsibility.
I know.
For
a 9 to 12-year-old.
Like a 9-year-old, you're explaining to them what a pad is. That's like so serious, you know, like it's so intense and it's so I don't even know. And you know what? Like that girl that you said that I would have been the girl telling you that it's coming out of your butt. I've been like, guys, I know the answer. And I would have put that. And then I have now learned, it's a little bit of a segue, but I feel like I'm learning the hard way how actually vulnerable I am when the signs were always there. Because like anything, even AI, I will watch a TikTok and it'll be like a bear doing a cartwheel with a person. And I'm like, wow, they taught the bear how to do a cartwheel.
So,
and then
dude,
I'm like,
I wrote this down as something for us to talk about. I'm like, I keep fucking getting bamboozled by AI and I'm so fucking sick of it. I am sick and tired of looking at something and thinking, wow, and then being like, oh my God, you got me again.
And I don't even find out because I'm smart enough to identify it. I'll be in the comments.
Exactly. Like, you know, the last time I felt that kind of like, damn, you got me. It's like, you know, when we were like teenagers and someone would leave the voicemail where it's like, hello, or like their answering machine was like, yeah, what'd you say? Like, you know, that feeling, it's that exact same feeling. It's like, oh my, like
it's
that.
It's like rage.
Yeah. And there was one of like a cat being brought home by a wolf, and I really thought it was real, and then I saw it wasn't. And then so the other day Amna had put on the podcast Instagram story, because we always post random shit on there, the Zac Efron Prada thing. It's AI.
The whole thing?
The whole thing is AI.
Saying, you guys. I'm spreading rumors out of my ass, actually. The one that bleeds, out of my actual ass, I'm saying shit.
It's not real.
And we got so many DMs about it, and I'm doing back like, yeah, Son doesn't think it's real, but that's so fucked. Like, oh my God,
and like,
I'm so sorry.
Says, I didn't think it was real, as in like, I didn't think that I thought it was a real campaign. I thought it was a real whole thing. It's all fucking, it's not real, dude. It's completely made up. Poor guy. The whole internet's been like, fucking loser. It's not
myself
real.
included. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, that's crazy. And I posted on our story. I'm like, wow, Amna, you are in it with the times.
Literally, you're like pop culture. I'm delivering the news. This is journalism.
This is journalism. This is why we can't be that fucking serious ever. Because like, what the fuck am I actually putting out there? Like, exactly.
You couldn't have known, but I was so excited.
I should have known. That's the part that gets me, is that I should have known, dude. The disappointment. I was gonna say, it's crazy because when we have been doing our little DIY pod setup, we're talking for like an hour's fucking 45, and we're like, fuck, we're over. Every other time we've come to the studio, we're like, fuck. Like, we only have 3 minutes. And now we're like, wow.
What do we do? What do we about? Childhood trauma? Should we get into
what else? Oh my God. The thing that I just feel like compelled to say, that we're talking so much about, like, yeah, we're trying to make all these changes to the podcast. We want to make this like a best experience ever, blah, blah, blah. We want to be in your ears and in your minds. The one thing that I'm like, anytime someone says it and I know it and we know it, is like, we just go so off topic. And then we forget where we started. And
we always come back.
We come back, but it was something that Sana and I have always been like, okay, we really need to work on that. We really need to work on that this time. We're going to be really good about it. And I just feel like I'm at a point where I've just accepted it.
I've accepted it to some
like things. This is just where our heads go.
Look, we started with aunties, but we made so many side quests. Detours. We came back to the aunties. Yeah. We came into fall at some point. Look, we're going to circle back to fall. It's all color theory. It all comes together.
It's all colors and shapes.
Fall.
You're dressed more fall today.
Oh yeah, I was like brown, camel tones. But we were talking about candles. Okay, what's your favorite? Like, okay, first of all, are you a fall gal?
Yeah, you know what? At a couple episodes ago, like a while ago, it's when we were talking about how we're mad that people were getting into fall, and we're like, guys, it's summer. Yeah, and then a crisp chill hit me. I threw on a sweatshirt and I was like,
It wasn't that, bitch. It was because we went shopping and you got fall items.
And I got okay, that's part of it. And then I got fall items. And then I started getting a hot coffee, not a cold coffee.
Really? You transitioned already?
I transitioned to hot coffee a little bit.
I was a hot coffee girl most of my life until I became an iced coffee girl. And now, unless it's negative some degrees, I'm usually getting an iced coffee.
No, I like I like holding the mug in my hand.
With like the Gilmore Girls audio behind you and just like romanticizing life.
Yeah. Except I wasn't a Gilmore Girls gal.
No, I know.
I know. So but I feel like for me, fall is my favorite fashion era. We've talked about this before. It's my favorite, like whatever. But of the fall, roundup, Halloween is where I'm like, this is my favorite time of the year, because that's when it feels like you're smacked at. You just had a good high from summer, and now like there's a theme. Everyone's spooky. We're all doing the bit, and there's sweets involved. And
I love
it's, like,
a bit. I
cold.
love
I love a theme. I love a
like
bit.
getting excited about something. Like it's so fun. I'm already thinking about Halloween or you too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm like, what am I going to be? And then I always procrastinate. I love a costume. So I say that is my favorite time of fall. That's when it like really feels like fall. But like I'm so here for all things fall wardrobe, all things fall vibes. Like, yeah, I'm here for
Fall
it.
wardrobe. Yeah, I agree. I love, and I feel like in my closet of the pieces I have, more of my like fashion fun pieces are fall
100%.
pieces. I feel like, yeah, like I feel like it's my, but I think in general for most of us probably, because obviously like one, there's more options for layering. There's so many combinations. I feel like with summer, you have to wear such few clothes that it's like, okay, this really has to like go together.
Yeah, and then maybe you don't feel like you're maybe in the shape you want to be in. So you're like,
do I want my arms out? Do I not?
Yeah, dude, it's just so very excited for fall. I haven't like, but I don't like, I want to get better about this. I don't decorate and prep for fall. You know? I'll do it. Like I'll do a candle, but I'm not like, so I got like my first little Target pumpkin thing like last year, but I'm not like,
I think it always starts for me with the coffee. Like my order is coffee flavor changes. That's my first transition into fall. My second is sometimes wearing my Uggs. My third is the candles. I'm like, okay, once I'm into the candles, for me, that's when fall starts. Then either I'm rewatching Gossip Girl or Gilmore Girls, one or the other. And that to me is like the air gets crispier. That to me is like, oh, this is fall air. I smell the same scents every year. And then obviously the fashion, like that all like trickles in and is so exciting. But those components are like my like fucking starter kit.
Okay, what's your fall go-to scent starter kit?
I love something that's gonna be like flannel-y, like flannel, autumn weather, fireside-y, like that vibe. And also like I need 2 scents like that. And then I need like the fresh fall, like that kind of scent. And then I also need 2 scents that are like sweet, like pumpkin waffle, cinnamon swirl. Like I need those types.
Okay. What's my go-to?
Yeah,
I always
what's your
lean,
go-to?
I like a masculine scent always. Like
Even as your candle for the...
Yeah, it'll always be like an autumn, I don't know, like cigar or something. You know, like it's always very
tobacco,
like
cinnamon,
literally like a
pumpkin.
cabin, you know.
Yeah, fever.
Cabin fever, fireplace. Like that's the direction I go in. But I want this year, and now especially because we're moving and right in the house, I feel like we have a little what's it called, like a lamppost, Narnia style, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm gonna put pumpkins there, and I'm gonna like get into it. So like I really appreciate and love the decor and the theme, and like you know, like I'm all in it. But like my family also wasn't a big like decorating family for anything. So I feel like it like just never.
New. But I will say, I love doing the like in fall having those like what the fuck are those flowers? You know those big the round flowers? And they're rounded and everybody has them in the fall.
On their doors?
Yeah, like outside their doors.
Hanging.
Like I love fall flowers in the front. You know those darker toned flowers? Those are so cute and pretty, and like little pumpkins. I feel like I always do that too, but I never do it like whenever I see the girlies that are doing it like so early, like it's September, like mid-September, they're like fully set up. I feel like I'm so slow and so late to it.
Yeah,
late to it.
Same. No, I'm telling you, I think it's only like come mid-October that like my brain's like, no, like
which is enough for me though, because I'm like, if I can get like early October, something set up and that gets me through November, like I'm chilling. That's fine.
Yeah. I like the fall leaves and stuff, but I don't know how I feel about the flowers. That's more like spring. Oh my God, random, but still on theme. That like I didn't know till like really late in life, way too late, that Easter is a religious holiday. My Muslim ass is like, I'm getting eggs. I'm doing Easter. I'm doing the whole. I love the palette. I love the wardrobe. Everyone's so.
It's very like baby shower-esque.
It's so like the colors and the bunnies, and I had a bunny, so I'm like, hello, I have the mascot. Yeah. Like I love that like whole thing. And I found out later on in life that I was in Islamic school, so like I only had 1 year of actual Easter in like, or 2 years, like pre-K, kindergarten. And then, so it's probably like high school when I found out, late high school. And then I found out because someone had told me that their parents didn't let them go to school on Easter or like to like celebrate it. I know really religious, like some parents were like really strict about it. And I was like, why? And they're like, it's a religious holiday for some. And I was like,
is it weird that I feel like, dude, I feel like as kids, my belief is just that like I would want my kids to learn. Like I think learning about Easter or like kids that are Christian learning about Eid, like that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. And
as we were saying, like Rapture Day.
literally. No, but I agree. And I think like you should be able to participate.
I think that's so like, I think that's
because when someone like, especially my brother's friends, like they one time did Ramadan with us, which I every day was like, no one is taking you hostage.
Dude, that's
you don't have to fast every day. And he did it. And I was like, every day I'm like, please come on. Like I'm like messing up his fast. I'm like, you don't want to bite? Are you sure? Because I would take a bite. Like I'm like really ruining it for him. But he did Eid with us, and like it's like cute and fun. But like, no, I mean, some people are like that. I know people that, and we know people that like they don't celebrate Halloween, and that like they don't take their kids trick or treating, and they don't they don't want them to participate. So I actually think. No, because my mom didn't give a shit. I was like, I think my mom didn't realize that Easter was a religious holiday either. I don't think either one of us in our family realized it.
Yeah, maybe she didn't.
I don't think my mom knew what Easter was.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I think she had no concept of what it was.
But okay, if there was like something going on at like my local fucking library and my kid, and it was like an Easter thing.
I did the egg, search and stuff. Like I did all that bit when I was a kid. And my mom did put me in Halloween. Like I did do the costume thing, but she kept putting me in like she was appropriating us. Like she would put me in Pakistani outfits and then tell me to go trick or treat.
Whose mom didn't put them in a shalwar kameez and make them go as fucking Princess Jasmine or whatever?
My mom didn't even say that I was Princess Jasmine. I remember in pre-K or kindergarten, I have a picture of it, and it's like the Halloween day at school. And all week, I remember so vividly, there was this one girl, she was blonde. And I was like, I'm going to be Cinderella. She was like, I'm going to be Cinderella. Now I'm feeling insecure because I'm like, wait, she's blonde. Like she's going to
look like the real Cinderella. And no one's going to know.
Understand that I'm Cinderella. So I'm like every day, like, Mom, the stakes are high. I will be Cinderella. Like, no, like this is a who wore it best situation. Yeah. And all week, my mom's like, yep, I know it's on the cat. Whatever. She's like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Come the day, I like wake up, I'm so excited, and I'm like, I'm gonna be Cinderella.
And like,
today.
what are you like your look? You're like delusional about what the look
dress,
is.
black collar, black headband. My hair's gonna be in a bun, and at that point, I'm like, dip my head in like paint and like, let's do it. Give me a wig, like I'm in it. So I wake up, I'm so excited. I go over, and she obviously pulls out a lehenga, like a brown shalwar kameez, right? And I'm like,
wait. Give me what it looks like.
It's actually was really cute, and I'll put the picture in because it's really cute actually. But I'm wearing a brown lehenga. It's 2-piece. It's a skirt, and then the top is like mid thigh, and it's light brown with like red gum on it or like colorful gum. It's got a little dupatta. My hair's up in like that little fountain thing that they would put us in, and where like the hair just kind of sprouts or like half up sprout, and that was my entire look. And as she's putting it on me, like oh
my god, the dread though,
dude, I am in denial. I'm like, okay, like, what's happening? And I was like, Mom, like, this is not, like, I wanted to be Cinderella. And she's like, and then
gaslighting is so crazy.
No, I gave her space. I was like, I see, Mom. You wanted me to represent me. I'm Jasmine, obviously. And she looked at me dead in my eyes and she's like, no, what? Who? Because she like didn't know who, like, she's like, who the fuck are you talking about? She's like, no, Amna, just put the outfit on and go to school. And I was like, okay. So I am sobbing the whole way to school because I'm like, I wanted to be Cinderella.
And then what about Becky with the good hair?
So I went to Becky, and what, you thought I was going to let her see me vulnerable? So I looked Becky dead in the eyes and I was like, yeah, I'm Jasmine. And she was like wipe my tears. My nose is puffed. I'm like, yeah, I'm Jasmine. I changed my mind. Didn't want to be so basic. And she's like, oh, like, why aren't you wearing... Also, I'm like, this bitch, we're like 5. I'm like, this girl was like, so why, like, she wears blue though, like you're not, she wears like the 2-piece. And I'm like, yeah, I don't dress like that. I'm like, slut shaming her.
Dude, I can't
like,
wait for this girl to find your Instagram now and be like, are you
I deserve it. She needs to send me
this
a fucking,
girl
like, yeah.
with the shoulder popping.
Hate mail. Literally freaking, like, ass out. Like, I'm trying.
Wait, so was she Cinderella, though?
Yeah. And she was an amazing Cinderella. And I'm sitting there, like, in the photo like this. Like, I'm still there, but I'm telling everybody that I'm Jasmine. And I'm slut shaming everyone. And I'm like, yeah, well, you thought I was going to dress like that? Show my belly, show my boobs. I'm going to obviously demure. Like, I
kept it classy.
I kept it classy, and I am Jasmine, or like Jasmine's cousin.
Dude,
like, don't worry about it. I'm like fighting them. I'm like, yeah, don't ask me. That's racist. I'm like, what am I saying? Like, what am I doing? So yeah. And then since that day, like,
I never went back to school again.
No, literally. My costumes were all a DIY. I'm literally putting a baya on. Stay with me now. Literally. A baya, green. And you know, like that, obviously, you know, from Mean Girls, where she's like, it's Halloween. One time, my cousin and I both dressed as witches, and she's got like a cute little look, smoky eye, and I'm like fully Shrek green. And I'm like,
you're like, added the
thing, like,
mole.
Literally, I'm locked in. And then one time, and this photo haunts me. There's a photo of me. I must have been like 14, and I was somewhere, and it was Halloween, and I was in Welcomeee, so I chose to just put a dupatta on my head, and I'm like taking my nieces and nephews, and we're in Bumblefuck, Texas. We're definitely the only brown family there. I don't even live there. I'm just visiting. So I took them trick-or-treating with me, and I put a dupatta around my head, and that was my fucking costume. I was appropriating me.
What the fuck was the costume?
Jasmine in pink and a scarf, but I was like, through the market. Like, I don't know why I did that. And I'm like 14, and then I think my niece found the photo, and I was like, oh my God.
I need to see it.
Send it to me, dude. It was really bad.
Oh my God.
It was like one year of those things that I want you to burn.
When I was like super in my pick-me era in like high school, I dressed up as a fucking belly dancer. So I wore like super fitted black shirt, super fitted, smoky eye with blue contacts, blue patiala shalwar with a belly chain, a gold belly chain from like, I don't know, Devon somewhere. And I was like, I'm a belly dancer.
That's so funny. I would have slut shamed the fuck out of you. I'd be like, wow, you whore, in my like long ass Welcomeee. That's so funny. And your parents were just like, yeah.
My parents were like the Mean Girls parents, like, go. They saw nothing wrong with it. I was like, you know, like those pictures where you're like, I'm so hot. And like, you're trying so hard. Oh my God, so embarrassing.
Dude, I remember thinking, not that you weren't, but I remember being like, whoa, like that's some shit when you would do those like international day dances with the patiala and the tight black t-shirt. You would
that like, wasn't me. I did that like one time.
I remember where like that was uniform. You did it at International Day once, and you did it for someone's wedding.
Yep.
Yeah, and you had the black long sleeve.
I did it for someone's wedding.
Blue patiala.
The video is on YouTube.
Yeah.
It was the year of Jabberwockies. What are you talking about? It was literally the year of America's Best Dance Crew. We were like, we were tutting. We were doing the whole thing. Are you kidding? We had like someone was coming out from the other person. It was like a full production. Yeah.
And I remember thinking that outfit was like, I was like, whoa,
dude. Oh my God.
What a fusion. But my parents, you know, I will say, but they weren't like, you can't go celebrate Halloween. They were like, free candy. Bitch, if you don't get out there, like put some sandals on and go out there. And I was like, okay. Sandals. So I would go with my grandma. She would walk me, and my dad would follow us around in the car. And I loved it. And my neighborhood and the streets I lived on, everybody was like young parents. So it was like everyone's walking. The houses are decorated, like actually scary.
Like the Hocus Pocus Halloween town type vibe. I love that.
So I know it's like controversial, but I like just that like some people don't want their kids celebrating Halloween. Right?
Yeah.
Like I know it's like to each their own, of course. But like my parents were like, it's fine. We're just not spending money on a costume. So you got to get creative. So I was like a zombie all the time, and like my mom's makeup.
This is a sad story.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're a fucking
zombie.
belly dancer.
Yeah. 1 year I was Snow White. 1 year I was
that's so
Dorothy.
cute.
Like I did. My mom really did like
She
good
went into
costumes.
it. She
Rabia
did.
was Genie 1 year, like Genie in a bottle type Genie. It was the cutest costume I've ever seen in my life.
cute.
But my thing, the year I was Snow White is the year Rabia was a Genie. But Rabia is like this, I'm not joking, like one of the cutest babies and little toddlers ever with her cute little bob. And she has cute little eyebrows and cute little dimples. And she's literally perfect. And she was a little Genie looking girl. And I was Snow White, but I have really thick eyebrows and like hair on my upper lip and like really big sideburns. And my hair is like so long and like, and I'm like, I don't look like Snow White.
Aww.
Like I was so sad. And Robbie's like, and I was like, yeah.
You're like, you deserve to be Snow White.
Yeah. I'm
Dude,
like,
you should know what I did. I gaslit everybody else. My mom was like, you are not who you think you are. And I'm like, no,
I am.
I'm better. I was like, you're right.
I love that
better than
energy.
this. I had to do it again. You thought I was going to show vulnerability in such a state? Never in my life.
Okay, should we do our Can I Be a Bitches?
Yeah.
Okay, Amna has 2 this episode and they're both really fucking good.
I couldn't pick. Okay, but
Do you want to start with one or should I do? Yeah.
I'll do one, then you do one, and then we'll end with one. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, my first Can I Be a Bitch? And I'm like nervous.
I'm like so
because
excited. I'm like biting my teeth.
I don't want to offend, but like
Please.
I don't know why I'm scared. It's really so stupid. Okay. My Can I Be a Bitch is I feel like day one, when I meet somebody, we need to establish. I need to figure out and find out. You need to show me day one if you like make out with your dog. Because there's something that happens to me when cause let me backtrack. I love animals. I do. And I understand like giving your dog
It's like a ransom ad. I love animals. It's like help in the back.
Yeah. I was like, she has a dog and maybe you have a dog. But like, I'm like, I love them. I love dogs.
Yeah.
I do. But any animal, it doesn't have to be a dog. It could be any animal. Anytime lips get too close to a dog's lips, something happens to me inside. And then I'm like, my eye starts twitching and I'm like, wait. Because
I let Theo lick my nose.
yeah, I just can't.
Like if he does one, I think that's
I mean,
cute.
like Theo sometimes will like sneak one in and I'm like, okay.
But mouth?
I just feel like, look, I'm not saying I'm not going to be someone's friend if I find
You're
out.
lying.
No, I'll be your friend.
You're gonna.
But I think we need to start establishing, like, I just feel like the older we're getting. Yeah, I'm like, well, I just feel like the older we're getting, everyone's got different tendencies, and I don't want to share something
with someone else.
If
her ism doesn't jive with your ism.
Nope, it just doesn't. And I just feel like that's something that we need to establish early on.
I need to know if I can trust you or not.
I need to know where we stand. And it could be about, you know what? I'll take it further. Like, I grew up on Hoarders. Like, grew up on that shit. I watch that shit even now. And I need to have an understanding, a bigger picture about people's like hygiene, all of it. And then I can make a clear understanding of how much we're sharing. Because I am someone who growing up, like, it's gonna sound gross, but like, especially pre-COVID, if someone wanted to like, I don't know, like if I wanted to share a cup with somebody, I wouldn't think twice about it. Like I could have just met someone and been like, yeah, you want some? You know what I mean? And I'm still kind of like that, obviously with the right people, but like not strangers.
No,
but like back then I would have been way more like,
I have a lot more OCD about things than I used to.
Yep.
I remember thinking in college, there was a friend of mine who like was not comfortable sharing straws. And I was like, you're so fucking weird. But literally as an adult, I'm like, something happens to me for so many things. I can't watch people eat a certain, I just have so many things.
I can't do mukbangs. Named it in every way I could. I can't do the sound. I can't eat comfortably now. And it's just like, so again, I'm not saying I'm not gonna be someone's friend, but like, I just feel like we need to establish, as like adults, we need to have this like laid out. It's like speed dating. Like this is my thing. Let's catch a vibe and I need to do that. So that's my first one.
So I can know if I have to judge you or not.
Yes. Okay. And if I can share a straw.
Mine is, I've noticed that like all the girls are shopping at Aritzia, and I love that for Aritzia. And I'm just like wanting to go, like every time I go in there, I like look at, this is every single time my exact same fucking template and format. I see everyone love pieces from there. So I'm like, okay. And I'll go in there and I'll do a lap and I'll be like nothing. And there are some pieces in their fall collection that I'm like, oh, these are really fucking cute pieces. So I should go try them on. But every time I go in there, I pick up a few things. I look at it. I look at the price tags, and I don't think I'm someone who's like super budgety on the things I buy. I think I'm like, oh, if I really like this, I'll get it within a reasonable budget, which to me is like, okay, like I'm pretty okay with like, oh, I'll get one thing from this shop, one thing from this shop, and it's okay if it's 100 to 200 to whatever. But I feel like everything at like to buy like 4 pieces at Aritzia is like spending $600, dude.
I've never once bought anything from Aritzia.
Yeah, and so I'm like, it feels like, and I'm like, how do the girlies move so quick? Because it feels like it's giving what Express was to us in college. You know what I mean? Like, it's so overpriced, but we're all still in there and we're still just going to get it because it's the cardigan that everybody's wearing. And so we all want to have that one trench and that one, like, because it fits great. And Zara sometimes just isn't doing it with the structure and the blah, blah, blah. And so I get it. But I'm just like, am I the only one that's thinking this hard? And I'm coming from the perspective of someone who is not even that careful about my shopping.
I just feel like there's nothing, one, agreed. It's absolutely our new Express. 2, and also like, who decided that? Who left Express behind
TikTok.
Like that? I know, but it's like, you know
I
what I mean?
think
Like, we're like, there's always this evolution of like,
yeah, but I think we were ready to move on from Express.
Yeah, it was about time. You know, I think it was their polos with a giant ass logo, but you never know. Like, honestly, everything comes back. Everything comes full circle. That's true. I agree. I've never gone to Aritzia and found something that I've been like, I fucking love this. I'm obsessed with it. Something that I've liked at Aritzia, I've always found just as good somewhere
But then I'm like, do we just not get the lore? Because I will say I did think that about Skims, but then when I got some Skims pieces, I was like, oh, I fucking get it. This is good. So I'm like, maybe we haven't gotten, but still, you guys, no, but like, so what? Expensive.
What at Aritzia
because they have like
actual,
it's like actual cashmere pieces and actually wool.
I don't know. I mean,
really okay, quality.
I will give it that. I also am feeling like, I don't know, because. And I'm not trying to hate on it because, like, send me a package. But I got gifted an aloe set, right? I've worn it on the pod before. You know, aloe has like that.
Cute.
Yeah, so cute. I've worn it on a trip, so cute. And you know how aloe has like the silver, like it says aloe on it. And that's like,
it's like in metal.
And that's like part of the fun of wearing an aloe, right? Like, let's be real. I put my aloe in the wash, and I don't know what kind of like hardcore ass drying system is in my drying system, but the A fell off. And not just like off the pants, off the sweatshirt. And my husband thinks it's so funny to be like, now it looks like you're wearing knockoff aloe. Now he keeps using the joke. He's like, now you're just low. And I'm like, okay.
No, honestly,
I get it, but like now I do look stupid, dude.
Yeah,
like
because
it doesn't make sense. So why would I spend this much money?
Yes.
And it's not gonna last.
Because I agree with you, because that's the thing, because some of these pieces are so expensive. Like I shopped CSB the other day, Crop Shop Boutique, because they have really good athleisure, and some of the people that I've seen wear it, I'm like, oh my God, these are so cute. These are so cute. So I'm like, I'm going to splurge on it. So I got like a set and I got a couple things. This was like a few months ago. I literally wore those leggings 2 times before Hawaii, and I wore them in Hawaii on one of the hikes, and it snagged at the back, and I have this big ass fucking hole in the back of it, like on my butt, big ass hole. And I'm like, these pieces are so expensive, and now I just can't wear it again. Like, so annoying.
Yeah. To me, price comes with durability.
Maybe this is why people are going to be like, bitch, that's why you need to shop Aritzia, because the quality is there.
Maybe.
So we'll find out. Just give me I need one reason to go shopping, please.
Like, pick the representative of Aritzia, like not a person, like give me the item and I will try it. And then, you know, we were actually talking about this earlier too, that like I need to start getting into, not that I want to, I need to start getting into doing like dry cleaning and shit.
oh my God, I saw this girl who's talking about like things that she started doing that like elevated her life a little bit. And I do feel like, okay, like something for me that I need to have done is my nails, my hands and toes. I need to have them feel like fresh and done. And like, I literally feel like I took like an everything shower when I get my nails and feet done. I feel so good and like put together. And usually my hair. I'm like, if I have those 2 things going, I'm like, okay, threading and shit I do myself. I would die without. I need those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like the older we're getting, this girl was talking about like things that she's added to her roster to make her feel more elevated, and dry cleaning was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And
what would be like yours? And I also have to talk to friends about this too, where like between a driver, a chef, like what are the things that you're like, I want this to be
in my future?
In my present, even like what are things that you're like, you know, I think it's worth spending the money on something like this now.
Yeah. I want to be able to order food and groceries without having to think about like, oh, I'm spending money on the delivery.
Valid,
Like
that's a valid
I
one.
order things to deliver, but I want to be able to do it like without thinking about it.
Okay.
Dry cleaning.
Yep.
And then having someone come deep clean the house like twice a month.
Yep.
And a car detailing service.
Okay.
And I'm like, and
I'm like, all right.
And if I have a house when I have a house one day, I would love to have like landscapers that can like just keep
gardeners.
like,
yes,
nice
yes. I think for me, I would want definitely housekeeper. That comes like, yeah, even if it's a once a month thing, dude. Like, I think that's a real investment. And my mom would sometimes, like, when the cleaning lady would come at my mom's house, it was like freaking Christmas Day for us, like coming home from school, knowing the cleaning lady came that morning. I just like, oh, or my grandma.
I literally
my grandma's
like
better.
My cleaning lady on me.
But so cleaning, dry cleaning. The only thing about dry cleaning is I'll add to that is like if someone could pick that up and drop that off for me, that would be nice. But dry cleaning, and then the food delivery, like that would be nice. I could be okay with that. The gardening, even that, like I'm like, I feel like I have a good time out there. I would love to have a private chef come like once or twice a week, make us a couple meals and not have to think. I would love to pay for a chef. When I cook, I love to make sure that it's good. Like if I'm cooking, it's going to taste good, but I'm okay not having to cook all the time. I'll have like once, like there'll be a couple of days where I'm like, yeah, I loved it today. But like most days, if someone could just cook for me, that would solve so many of my problems.
It's like a thing you don't want to have to think about.
I just don't want to have to think about it. Like I'm okay driving, I'm okay certain things, but like, yeah, I think those few things would be my like, I want to elevate. But, and then with clothing, we've talked about this too, where we want better pieces, long lasting. So if you know what else I felt this way about is when we were in Paris and we were like shopping and, going to designer stores and feeling fancy. I never really put two and two together about like jewelry from designer stores. And I was like, why the fuck am I paying thousands of dollars for gold plated? Why the fuck would I spend money like that? To me, I can't wrap my head around.
I have an issue with this too. Like
I can't handle that.
Even when Muzi got me a ring for my birthday, and I was looking at like other places, other designer places, and I'm like, oh, like okay, so is this gold plated? One place wasn't even gold plated. It wasn't even gold plated. It was like maybe it was Louis Vuitton. I don't remember, but all of their one section of their fine jewelry, it's just fake fucking jewelry. I'm like, it's not even gold plated, and this is $300 to $500.
That's crazy. That's insane to me.
I was like, that's so absurd. And then their like higher end jewelry is like gold, whatever. But I'm like, but then that's like $10,000+ dollars. So I'm like, yeah. So I feel like there's very few brands that do it. But when we were in Paris, so many brands were saying we're just gold plated, and you're spending like, oh my god,
so much money. And I'm like, why would I spend this much money to have jewelry that's not durable? So to me, like I'm willing to pay a pretty penny for something that I know at least, if not has a great shape or fit, has durability. And if I'm spending that much and it's not durable, then like now I'm mad and it's annoying. Okay. Should I do my last one or no?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So my other can I be a bitch is off topic, but when I couldn't pick between the two, look, dude, this is such a problem that like the level of impatience in me, I couldn't just wait till next week. I was
but they're both so good. I was egging her on.
No, but like I would have said it absolutely because I again can't just sit with information. I have been watching. Okay, Son has been really annoyed about me with this because I do this a lot, but not because like I'm trying to be like so mysterious. But I just never watched The Summer I Turned Pretty because I thought it was gonna be like between
she
Stranger
always
Things
waits
and that,
till it's like the finale has ended and then she's like, okay. Now I'll start.
I didn't do that with like, it's always movies and shows that are like, happy and like teenagery that I'm I don't know. It could go either way.
Or reality TV.
Or I'll pick the wrong one. Like instead of watching Summer I Turned Pretty, I'll watch like another random.
Yeah, and then you're turned off
whatever,
from the genre.
And I'm like, I don't really know. So anywho, I started The Summer I Turned Pretty. And then, obviously my TikTok knows that. So there was this girl that she had posted on this TikTok too. And I'm like, yeah, you're so fucking right, obviously. Because I have no idea of my own. That shows like The Summer I Turned Pretty and Gilmore Girls really do romanticize cheating.
Yeah.
And I also started watching Gilmore Girls really late in life. And I was like, dude, Rory's fucking annoying.
I will say the older I get, the harder it is to watch Gilmore Girls. The older I get, the more I'm like, you need to chill.
I'm like, dude, this man is like married and you are fully in it. Like, relax. Like, that's actually kind of crazy. So, and when I watch shows like this and it's like so like sweet and romanticized, and let me preface, I'm a book talk girly. I love yearning. I love the Bridgerton.
When
I
it's
love
the victim-y girl that's cheating and you're like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, or when it's like the storyline where like she doesn't, it's very pick-me-esque. And I'm like, you're not even like actually torn and like actually love them. Like, you can only be in love with both of them if like one saved your life and the other.
Like, you know what show does it really well? Vampire Diaries.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I think they're the only show that's done the torn brother thing so
good, where you're like, I understand why she's in love with both of them.
Yeah.
Like, this makes a lot of sense, right? And like she herself as a character, like,
and it's mystical, and there's history, and there's doppelgangers,
and they're alive forever. Yeah, so I'm like, and again, I love Bridgerton and like the yearning,
but
and
Belly
like
Conklin and fucking,
you know, like the pinkies Connecticut. I love that shit. But yeah, I'm like, oh, you love, like, how these are your family friends. You are messing with the dynamic. And like, you know what you're doing. And like,
I agreed with her mom for a lot.
Have a discussion with both. Let's sit down. Let's have a discussion. I still like, let's
make a group decision.
Yeah. But like, I obviously been enjoying the show, and like, I get all giddy and shit and blah, 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 tugging on my heartstrings. But I get annoyed when I'm like, am I just like a prude? Am I just like being, you know?
I will say the further you get into the Summer I Turned Pretty, you kind of become immune. You become desensitized.
Because you know it's the storyline.
Yeah, and then you like get into it a little bit more. But in the beginning, I couldn't even watch it because of that. But I did see a friend of mine, like on her story, had posted this reel of a mom saying, as a mom of 2 sons, I pray my kids never meet a Belly Conklin in their life. And I'm like, honestly, valid. Can you imagine?
Especially if it's a family friend. Dude, that's messy. But like, I am enjoying the show, but like, that's messy. And I do think that I'm like, wait, we cannot be, and obviously the girlfriend, an open marriage. So I'm like, oh.
Girlfriend?
And the girlfriend, they have an open marriage.
Oh.
The parents.
What?
In the show, the girlfriend that we watched.
Oh, the girlfriend, the show,
the blonde,
yes,
you know, short hair mom, her. Because at first when I was watching that too, I was like, whoa, he's cheating. What? She's okay with it, you know? And then I was like, open marriage. So
I like a cheating scandal in a show, but it has to be done like, like, you know, really juicy.
Like my kind of romance is that, like, the yearning. Mine's like the forbidden love shit.
Yeah,
I love forbidden love.
Yeah,
and only if it's forbidden love. And it's like, oh, I'm in love with the brother, but I'm, you know, betrothed,
troll in the dungeon
to be with the brother because he's the king and the next heir. But I'm with the brother. That's when I'm like, oh my god, like, what?
Then you accidentally fall in love with him. And then you accidentally fall in love with him,
and like, you know, he's trying to be nice, and he knows you're in love with his brother, but he's still to give you space.
Do you know that exactly the storyline you just said, minus the like king part of it all, is the storyline of the movie what the fuck is the movie name?
Okay, I'm like, my brain's like Game of Thrones.
No, bitch, no. With the Shreya Rai and Salman Khan and Ajay Devgan. Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam. That's the exact fucking storyline. He's in love with Salman Khan, but then she marries Ajay Devgan, and then
but that's
like
the will in television. Even that's the only time I can justify, and that's when I'm like kicking my feet in the air.
Yeah,
when it's just like you're catching a vibe with both, I'm like,
no, I agree. What? And wait, I cannot wait for you to keep watching.
You have no like country to run. You have no decorum. Like, literally, you have no reason.
Too boy focused.
Yeah, so I am more of like a forbidden love girl.
Yes,
kind of
one
love,
true
you know
love.
I mean? One true love, but you can't be with them, and now you're fighting it, and then you both fall in love and blah, blah, blah.
Love it.
Okay. That concludes today's episode.
This was episode 49.
Oh my God. Crazy. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching.
We love you.
Subscribe.
Yep.
Comment.
Do all the things.
Send us a confession. Send us stories. Send us tips and tricks and what you love and what you hate. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys next time.
Bye. I've been waving bye for, I'm like,
and I'm like, and tell us your social security number and your mom's name. All right.